We're in the firewood shed. We're getting some progress made for the winter. You can see here we have some of our firewood piled up. Our shed here is 24 feet long. It's about 6 feet high, and the wood's cut at 2 foot. So what we're going to talk about is the difference between the types of scale on firewood. So a cord of firewood is 4 foot by 4 foot by 8 foot. So it's going to give you 128 cubic feet of wood. So as you can see here, once you pile it, these gaps are pretty minimal. So since it's 2 foot, you can figure out how many cord here at 16 and 6 foot high and 2 foot deep. It's going to be 2 1/4 cord once that's all the way full. So with 4 rows deep that we can fit in here, we're going to end up with 9 cord total. So we can kind of measure out how much wood we're going to use in a year. Now we're going to go look at the pile as it comes off the truck, and I'm going to try to explain the difference on what you're paying for what we call like a stick scaled cord. Here's a good example. If you're buying wood, say off a firewood truck, what they're going to do is called what we would call a stick scale. You're going to take a stick and you're going to measure it on the pile of wood that's on the truck. So you're going to measure from the very top piece of wood to the very bottom piece of wood. You're going to take that measurement, and you're going to go along the truck, and you're going to make almost as many measurements as you want, but typically would take 5 to 6 measurements. And then you're also going to ask the truck driver the total length of the bed of the truck. So you're going to take those measurements and figure out the cubic feet, and then you're going to be able to figure out the cordage. But the problem there is, in that instance, you're going to see like right here, you're paying for the cord for this dead empty space. So you're paying for this, but you're not really getting any wood there. So the biggest thing to remember is when you're buying wood on the truck and you're buying 10 cord, on average, you're going to lose 20% when it comes to piling it. So if you're buying 10 cord of wood, when you cut it, split it, stack it, you're not going to get 10 cord of wood in your shed. You're going to lose on average 20%. So just keep that in mind. The other thing that you want to keep in mind is if you're buying firewood that's already cut and split, if you're buying a cord of firewood, you really need to know if that's a cord that's stacked, that's a stacked cord, or if that person stick scaled a cord of wood, cut it up, and then delivered it, because then you're going to be losing again about 20%. So you kind of need to know ahead of time how that person is measuring that wood, if it's before it's cut or if after it's cut. That way you're not really getting screwed in the end, or at least you know what you're paying for. I hope this helps some of you guys when you're buying your firewood. That way you know you're getting the best deal that you can, or at least you know what you're paying for. Keep an eye out for future videos. We're going to fire up our outdoor wood boiler. We're going to show you what that's all about and what the heck an outdoor wood boiler even is. We're going to show you some of our tips. If you can get a hold of some of these IBC totes, a lot of people are using them now for firewood. I really like it with access to a tractor. These really work out well for these little splinter pieces and the short pieces that come off the end. It works well to be able to maneuver these right inside the shed, so we can kind of use those early in the season and get the firewood season started with those. So keep an eye out for future videos. Please like and subscribe if you're finding these videos helpful.